Okay. Marion Scales, how to be confident and sound like I know what I'm talking about on the phone. Okay, so what your language suggests there, Marion, is that you don't feel confident in what you're doing. So the first thing that I would do is reach out to your upline or someone who can help you within the industry or within your company. You don't have to know the compensation plan inside out. You don't have to know everything about the history of the industry or the ingredients of your products. You don't have to know everything. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar if I know what company you're in. You should know enough. There should be tools within your company that provide that information for whoever you're sharing it for. Now you should be confident and love your product, your system, your company, confident with the people, trust those people enough to share without understanding everything. That is the beauty of our industry. You don't have to know everything to get started, to gain some momentum, or you shouldn't do. If you do have those kind of details at your fingertips and you still don't feel like you know what you're doing, two things I would suggest. Get some training. So watching videos like this is great, and some other training products that I provide and other leaders provide and other systems. Go where you feel that you need training in that respect. Is it a confidence issue? Is it a phone issue? Is it a memory issue? Is there something you need training on? Speaking into strangers, what is it you need training on? Or if you kind of know that stuff, but you're still not confident to share what you've got, perhaps you have to take a look at whether you feel you're in the right place or not. If you still don't feel quite willing to share, maybe it's a trust issue with your company or your product or the benefits or the belief in your company. I know people won't normally say that to you, but I'm just being direct. I'm answering your question how I would answer a team member. So look at yourself. Is there some kind of training? Is there some kind of skills that you need? If you do reach out and get those gaps plugged, if you've got all that information and you've had some training, you're still having a barrier, chances are you need to look at a different circle of influence and get in with some greater people who are going to bring you up to their level and teach you what you need to be taught. No good suffering for the loyalty of something if it's not benefiting you. You're only here once on this planet. I hope that's helped, Marion. You should be confident in what you're doing. This is a fantastic industry. Bobby's back. Good stuff, Bobby. Your first question was great. I hope this is another good one. Another one I could do help with. At what point do you give up on someone in your team? By that I mean you have tried to help them as much as you can, but they aren't doing anything, or they have stopped doing anything. There must be a point where enough is enough and that's time to let go. Yeah, I have a specific coaching formula, Bobby, that I adhere to. And Larry Thompson, who was a big name in Herbalife and a great coach in this industry, was someone who taught this to me. I'm just paraphrasing because I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I've made it my own in a sense. I'll set an appointment with anyone on my team. They have my time when they want it. So if someone reaches out to me, they're having a problem, I will say to them, hey, look, have you done this? This is the way I would solve that problem. Let me give you specifics. I'm having problems picking up the phone, Richard. How do you pick up the phone? And I would say, well, look, write your goals down. Get in the sense of that emotion of how you're going to feel when you've accomplished that, and then make 10 calls tomorrow, and then give me a call back when you've done that, and we'll move you on from there. We'll look at what you're saying specifically, we'll role play, I'll help you become really, really a master on the telephone. Now, I will then wait for that person's call. If that person does not call me, then I would take it as though they haven't done that task and they are not serious. Me personally, I would give them a reminder. I would say, hey, how's it going? How's that telephone? Don't forget to reach out if you need some help. But then that is it. I feel I've done more than any other sponsor probably would do, in this industry than a handful of people that I know personally. If someone isn't getting back to you, if someone isn't coming to you, if someone isn't taking the action, if someone isn't watching your videos or your training or taking the help, they say they need A, you give them A and they do B, what can you do? You can only lead a horse to water. Sometimes, in many occasions, being the type of person I am, I've wanted it more for them than they've wanted it for themselves. You may have the same problem. Don't let that happen. Lead via your results. Lead via your activity so that people have to say, hey Bobby, how on earth did you sign 20 people up? Oh, well, I'll show you. Lead so that they have to come to you. And if they do come to you, give them your time. I know people charge. I don't like to with my team. I just say, hey, look, this is how you solve that problem. This is your next step. Come back to me when you've done that step and we'll move it forward. If they don't, what more can you do, really? That person obviously doesn't want it as bad as they say they do. They've got to walk the walk, not just talk the talk, okay? So that's when I would give up, after giving them that call, giving them a reminder. That's me done. I'm a busy man. I got people, good people like yourself, who are commenting on things, asking for my help. I'll give anybody all the time in the world if they're taking a step, but someone's going to take a step for me to take a step.